Denver police shot and killed a man after they say he stabbed one of his family members. Police responded to this home at Oneida and Montview last night at 8:30. Investigators say the man barricaded himself, another man, and a woman inside. Police were waiting for negotiators when the suspect started stabbing the man. Officers shot the suspect and he died at the scene. The man who was stabbed was taken to the hospital but will be okay. Police did not say what happened to the woman. Investigators say they were all related.
The teenager who shot two administrators at Denver's East High School back in March had a history with ghost guns. In 2021, Austin Lyle's mother found one in his bedroom. The AR-15 style rifle was capped with a silencer and had a 30-round magazine. It is unclear where he got it or if he assembled it himself. He was charged in juvenile court in Arapahoe County for 2 counts of possession. Investigators say the gun found in the woods where Lyle shot and killed himself was also a ghost gun.
His criminal past underscores an effort at the state capitol today. Colorado lawmakers want to get ghost guns off the streets. Denver 7's Brandon Richard is live with the bill moving through the legislature and a growing concern to ban these ghost guns. Brandon.
Yeah, that's right, Veronica. A bill banning ghost guns in Colorado passed the state Senate on Friday. And today, a hearing over the bill will be held in the House Judiciary Committee. Now, ghost guns have really exploded in popularity here in recent years, in large part because they're so easy to make. Ghost guns can be made using just a 3D printer. They have no serial numbers and they're untraceable. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives, the ATF, says law enforcement seized over 20,000 ghost guns in 2022 from crime scenes. And here in Colorado, district attorneys say that they're seeing more and more criminals using ghost guns. Authorities say the Club Q shooting suspect owned a ghost gun. And according to Colorado Public Radio, the 17-year-old who shot 2 deans at Denver's East High School in March also owned a ghost gun, what a law enforcement official described as an AR-15 style rifle. Well, State Senator Rhonda Fields introduced a bill that would make it illegal to create, possess, or sell ghost guns here in Colorado.
So we're seeing an increased use of ghost guns by criminals because you don't have to have a background check. So it's a way for them to undermine and evade what is required to own a gun. And you can make them at home. You can make them in your basement. You can have these kits sent to your home and you can avoid the police. No one knows you have them. And if you're want to harm someone or even yourself, this is the weapon that's becoming a weapon of choice for many.
Now, if this bill becomes law, violations would range from a misdemeanor for the first offense and felonies for subsequent offenses. As for people who already possessed ghost guns, well, they would get to keep it, but they would have to get it serialized and undergo a background check by January the 1st. We're live in Denver this morning. Brandon Richard, Denver 7.
Well, speaking of our state legislature, Governor Polis has signed the latest state budget into law. The $38 billion plan includes a record investment in public schools, money for Colorado's workforce, and funding for water projects. The budget also creates the largest reserve fund in state history. A bill to bring more affordable housing to our state is going to the full House today, but expect another round of changes. Lawmakers plan to bring back the part giving the state more control over local zoning. The section was removed by the Senate. The original land use bill would have forced cities to allow for more residential density in some neighborhoods, also known as mandatory upzoning.
And if you're renting, Denver's median rent is cheaper than the rest of the metro. We're not kidding with that. New data from Apartment List found the median rent in Denver was a little over $1,500. If you expand out to the wider metro area, it goes up to $1,700. So you're actually paying about 9% less in Denver than the price across the metro as a whole.
Denver's police union is supporting Kelly Brough for mayor. The Police Protective Association says she's the best candidate to address crime. The union believes she'll tackle crime in a thoughtful way. It was just last week Brough was endorsed by former candidate and current state senator Chris Hansen and gun safety advocates. Brough is facing Mike Johnston in the runoff election, and his endorsements include State Representative Leslie Herod, former Mayor Federico Pena, and former Colorado First Lady Dottie Lamb. Ballots for the runoff election will be mailed out in 2 weeks. May 15th is also when the city's ballot drop boxes open. The election itself is Tuesday, June 6th.
Denver police are offering $22,000 for tips into a deadly hit and run that happened back in August. Steve Perkins was on his bike when he was hit and killed at East 13th in North Syracuse. The person was driving a blue Ford Explorer. The Ford may still have damage to the driver's side front fender and driver's side rear mirror. If you have any information, call Metro Crime Stoppers. Colorado is seeing a record number of motorcycle deaths. CDOT says 149 people died in the last year. That's 20% of all traffic deaths in our state. Investigators say the most deaths involved riders not wearing helmets. And businesses came together last night to remember 2 restaurant employees who were killed last week. Emerald Daylor and Ignacio Gutierrez Morales were found dead at American Elm Restaurant. Dozens of people came out to support their families over at Hops and Pie.
It's been so many days already, day and night, waiting for news with this pain and frustrated because this person is still walking around the streets.
Denver police have not identified a suspect yet. Crime Stoppers is offering a $5,000 reward for any information.
Colorado's Department of Motor Vehicles is back online this morning. An outage forced a statewide shutdown in DMV offices yesterday. It was the second in 2 months. A spokesperson for the DMV told our partners at the Denver Post it only affected specific appointments like renewing a license, permits, or ID cards. Online services were not impacted.
Be prepared for some stop and go traffic if you're headed to the western slope on I-70. CDOT will start removing dangerous rocks in Glenwood Canyon today. Between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., traffic will be repeatedly stopped for 10-minute periods in both directions. The work there is expected to wrap up on Thursday.
The Nuggets are on a roll right now, taking a 2-game lead against the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference semifinals. The big name awards coming before Game 3 this weekend.
And after weeks of waiting, DPS is showing off the first draft of its safety plan. What's in the 50-page document and why some say the district is leaving them high and dry.